Hey guys, how's it going? Today is Tuesday, May 6th. I'm on my 49th day on my 8th-month journey to my 54th birthday on November 19th to drop 54 pounds and pick up muscle, get my abs back, get all shapely, and feel better about myself. So thanks for tuning in. Today is the beginning of the week. It's Tuesday morning. I'm going to be doing a full body workout day today. And actually today I'm also going to teach you a little bit something about my favorite core moves for men in their 50s. My 3 favorite core moves, and we're going to start off with, on a full body day, with that exercise right now, and that's going to be a push-pull. Now, a push-pull exercise can be many different things. It could be kneeling on one knee, which is what we call a half kneeling, and you could be pulling from a cable and pushing upwards with a dumbbell, or you could be using 2 cables. Another one would be what I'm going to show you right now, which is going to be a standing push-pull. And in this case, I'm going to be using the cable machine over here. And the beauty of the push-pull, especially for us men in our 50s, is that it forces your core to have to regulate and protect your spine as it's moving from 2 different forces that you're applying to the body. One's pulling into, the other one's pushing away. So it really adds that torque into your core and causes your transverse abdominals and everything to really tighten up around the spine to protect your body and your organs. So we're going to start off with a push-pull. I'm going to also let you know that before this, I did my exercises, my rehab exercises. I realized that for like almost the past 4 or 5 days, I haven't done them, and I shouldn't ever get to that point. So my shoulders, a good thing is that it shows that my shoulders are feeling better, my right shoulder, and that it hasn't been acting up in any of the moves that I've been doing. I did arms and abs on Sunday and core, and it's just, it's feeling better, but I shouldn't get lazy and I shouldn't get to the point where I forget to do them, because it's very important. As we get older, like I've said, shoulder rehab exercise that I'm doing for my tear that I've been having to deal with, oftentimes is a great preventative exercise too. So even if you don't have a shoulder tear, I implore you to start off with that shoulder rehab exercise. Do that at least twice, maybe even 3 times a week, just to throw it in throughout the week. And you'll be amazed at how much better your shoulder is going to feel, activate, and work even when you're at home and doing things and grabbing things from the counter and stuff like that. You're going to have less of a chance of injury because you're activating all the muscles that help support the area, and especially around the rotator cuff and such. So we're going to start off with the push-pull. I already have it set to like 20 pounds. I love this move. And it allows yourself to, one, because we're short for time, as men in our 50s can oftentimes be, it allows you to get in a lot of different muscle groups in at once. And it is a full body day today, but it also challenges that core as you get heavier, because your transverse abdominals have to protect your spine and your organs start to really, the muscles around your core, muscles around your organs really start to tighten up to protect everything. So it's a great movement to do. Now, traditionally, most people like to do the outside leg out or in back as a stabilizer leg. But if you want to, you can always make it more challenging by doing a shoulder width stance and keeping your legs in line with each other, which would mean you'd have less support in the back from that push, which would cause your core to have to work even harder. And we'll do that on the next one. We'll give it a try. Okay. So. Okay, great exercise. Really gets the heart pumping, gets that body going. When you're doing this exercise, you want to generate that force from the foot, a balanced foot. Don't come to your balls of your feet. A balanced foot, then through the hip, then coming out in your push and your pull at the same time. Very athletic movement. It's great. It'll get you breathing too. On the next one, I'm going to increase the weight and do a shoulder width stance to show you how it's much more challenging. Without having that on a shoulder width stance, soft knees, you're still generating that power now through your hip. It's a lot harder for your core because you don't have that base leg and back to help protect your lumbar. So your core has to work even harder, right? To keep you from falling back or being pulled forward. So we'll go a little bit more. So we're gonna do 3 sets of this, and then we're gonna switch up to another exercise. Guys, again, there's many ways of doing the push-pull. Another great way, half kneeling or even fully kneeling on your knees on a pad, doing a pull and a press this way. And it's same thing. In a lot of ways, obviously, different way that you're exerting yourself and pressure, but still just challenging that core, right? While you're working other muscle groups. So, like I've mentioned before, I'm gonna do my second set. I raise the weight for progressive overload, so we're increasing the weight. In this case, the way that I'm progressively overloading on the second one is I'm gonna do a shoulder width stance instead of a staggered stance. So that's gonna challenge my core even more. And again, whenever you're doing any exercise that has 2 sides to it, I like to start off on the side that we ended on, which is also the same as always start off on the opposite side on every set, just so that you don't continually keep starting off with the same side and creating an even further imbalance between the strength of your sides. Because you're always gonna have one side stronger than the other, unless, of course, you're ambidextrous. And that's a very rare case, especially when it comes to power output. Okay, so we raise the weight. I'm doing a shoulder width stance, so right alongside each other, and we're gonna push pull. Oh, so much more challenging on the core. I lost count. Shooting for 12. I think I went over. Got stuck in my head. Okay, much more challenging. One thing I want you to notice too is that when I'm doing the push-pull, I bring the hands back to my chest. At no point do I let, especially the push, do this. So a lot of people think that doing this is going to be better, letting that hand come out because it opens up the chest more, because it feels like, you know, like a fly, you're opening it up. The problem with that is that oftentimes, because there's so many moving parts, you could overextend and then cause a shoulder injury. So I'll maximize the core involvement and the stretch, but keep the hand always close to the chest and not letting it out here. I'll actually even touch it, lightly touch it with my thumb, so that I know that it's always close. Guys, I'm also punching when I push inward. So I'm turning my hand into the other cable, the pulling cable. And the reason for that is to maximize rotation through the hip and spine, to maximize core involvement. And I forgot the number that I'm on again. Okay, we're just gonna go till it feels good. Oh. 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 Oh, okay. Oh. Definitely been getting more energy in the morning. Looking forward to my workouts. Another reason why I chose 8 months to get to where I need to get to, I think I've mentioned it before, is so that I don't create so much anxiety and stress on my system. We're in our 50s, some of us closer to 60 than others. Be very, very careful of how much anxiety you bring into your life, guys. I just got news the other day that a close friend of ours, who's 1 year younger than me, just had a stroke while they were traveling, and they were just getting back into the Texas airport, and she was falling behind her son and her husband, and she just couldn't, she started mumbling, she couldn't talk straight. They were talking to her, and then they obviously took her to the hospital because there's an issue going on, and it turned out she ended up having multiple strokes. So guys, very, very healthy. She was in great shape. You just got to be careful, okay? So you're coming back into these workouts. You're coming back into the gym. I'm on day, I think I wrote it down, 45 or so. As men, we have a tendency to grab life by the horns and try to just ride that bull as hard as we can. Don't do it at this age, guys. Take your time with it, okay? Shoot for a modest body weight drop if you've got a lot of weight to lose, of like 1 pound a week, maybe 2, okay? There's no rush. If you do drop a lot of water weight with like a detox, if I do choose to do my detox later, kind of flush my system out from inflammation in the joints and ligaments, then that's something that I'm gonna do. But I wouldn't stay on it for longer than maybe 7 days or so, just to kind of flush this shit out of my system. But other than that, I'll do it when I feel like my heart can handle it, my system can handle it, my sleeping is in order, because when you don't get enough sleep, we get high blood pressure, and then that leads to strokes. So we gotta be smart about this. We're gonna go up one more time. I'm gonna actually jump up 2 plates. I'm gonna keep it shoulder width stance for the third set, and I'm gonna shoot for just 10 reps. But guys, we gotta be careful. We're in the stage of our life that we're looking at the long play, right? Okay, so I think I did 12. Losing count, focusing on things. So in this last final set of this, my progressive overload was to go up in weight and do a couple extra reps, since I was able to squeeze out a couple with good form. Okay. It gets you going. It really does get that core going. Plus you get a nice pump in the chest, back, shoulders, arms, triceps, biceps, and your core and your hip wakes up. If you're pushing through a balanced foot, you're also getting that gluteal involvement, hip involvement, slightly, not a lot. Great exercise. So for today's episode with my full body day, my 3 top core exercises for men in their 50s, getting back into shape. One of them would be a push-pull, just like we did over here. And again, it could be a push-pull of any type. There's very, very many ways you can set this up. Different angles in the pull, Obviously on the push, it's not gonna be as much because as far as resistance, whether it be gravity or weight or cable, you have to be careful on how you're angling it because of shoulder. And pull-out will be able to allow more variations. And we'll show some more later on in our workouts as we get into it during weeks from now. Okay, we're gonna go on to my second favorite core move, okay, for a full body day. And I'm gonna set up the camera then, okay. Okay guys, so we're here with the setup for my number 2 favorite core move for men in their 50s. I think it's very important for multiple reasons to be doing this exercise. And I don't see enough people, especially guys our age, do this exercise. And it's a farmer's carry. There's a lot of different variations of the farmer's carry. You could do like a small dumbbell in the hand, holding it up here or above with a larger one on one side, causing an imbalance so that your body has to adjust to it while walking. There's so many benefits to this, not just on a core level, but on grip strength, spinal strength, everything, the whole works, right? Your legs, your glutes. But in the beginning right now, as you're getting your body back into shape, just keep it simple. Do one single dumbbell. The object is to create that imbalance so your body has to adjust and work hard to keep your form nice and straight, balanced while you're walking through. So keeping it really simple, I'm just gonna use a single heavy dumbbell. I'm gonna walk to the end of my studio here and walk back. Then I'm gonna switch hands and then come back, okay? So, okay, so not taking large steps. My goal right here is to make sure that I'm keeping as balanced as possible, strong grip strength, okay? Trying not to lean, not to let my shoulders go to one side or the other. Good. Then turn around. We're gonna make our way back. Good. I'm forcing my core to keep my spinal alignment neutral and straight. I can already feel my hip on the right starting to push into the left. So I gotta make that adjustment and come all the way back here, okay? Whew, that is exhausting. All right, I'm not even using that heavy of a load, it's just 50 pounds. But again, we're working back into our system. We're not stressing it. You can already feel my right foot wanting to go out to start gripping with the balls of the feet so that it'll help pull me through a little to the right so I won't lean left. I find that keeping farmers' walks simple and not having to add a whole bunch of extra variable shit that you're holding onto is just the easier way to go. Later on, if you want to challenge yourself, obviously, you can. Ooh, almost lost my balance there. Good, and done. Whew. First set done. All right, we got my towel. But the farmer's walk is an incredible, incredible exercise. Not enough seen in gyms these days by everybody, women, men. It's such a great exercise. You see mostly athletes doing it, but it has such real world implications that you can be utilizing it for, right? Obviously, carrying, loading, moving things. And it really teaches your core to help keep you balanced. One of the things you probably already have read lately is how in line and in tune our balance, our ability to balance as we get older is right in line with our ability to, or our overall mortality rate, right? If you have a lack of balance, then science has shown your mortality, age of death is going to be very low. The better the balance you have, the longer the life you'll live. And that's what they've learned over the studies over the years. So as our men in our 50s, I tell you, I'm amazed, especially with picking up the weight, how my balance was thrown off so badly. I mean, it was thrown off pretty bad. I'm going to go into the second set. We're going to start off with the left now. Remember, 2 sides, right? So I always start off on the next set on the opposite side. Okay. Whew. Oh yeah, I feel that. Whew, core. Okay. Ooh, I can feel my hips really wanting to give in to the pull. Take the time when doing these, guys. Use it as a form of meditation. Feel your body. Feel where you're having the most challenges. Realize that, and that you want to really focus on strengthening those areas. Oh, okay. Good exercise. I tell you, it's so simple. Grab a large dumbbell or a large kettlebell, hold it in your hand, and walk. Set a designated area, come back, switch hands, come back. Simple. Couldn't get easier than that. A good thing too is that this exercise is very easy on my plantar fasciitis on my left foot, which is getting better, thank God, because I stopped all the foot, leg-driven cardio and just stuck to the ski erg, doing the rowing up and down, and that's been incredible. I think I mentioned that I did 45 minutes about a week ago. Since then, I've done 3 other sessions, one for 30 minutes, one for 40 minutes, and then another one for like 42, 43, and I try to squeeze it in between clients if I have like a break, and it's been doing incredibly well. I'm glad my stomach's starting to go down inches. I haven't done measurements since the last one, so I think I'm gonna do measurements in like 1 more week again. I was planning on doing it every 2 weeks, but just the thought and the anxiety of not losing as much as I wanted to lose like I would in the past was getting to me. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. We're gonna do it. But my body's feeling so much better. Okay, third set. I'm gonna start with the side I originally started with, which is also the opposite to the last one. Here we go. Oh, God, yep. Now I'm really feeling it all up and down my core. Oh. Whew. Turn that machine on. Good. That's it. You don't want to take too long of a stride and create too much of an imbalance on one leg. Try to keep your stride normal. If you have to, a little shorter. Ooh. Ooh, I'm really feeling this now. Oh, God. I haven't done a farmer's walk in years. That's sad. Okay, here we go. Shut up, Scott. Whew. God, I can feel my glutes even shifting to the side. Okay. Okay, so awesome move, love it, farmer's walk. Second set done, or a third set done. Second core exercise that I want to show you of my top 3 core exercises for men in their 50s. Now we're gonna go on to my last one, okay? All right, come with me over there, guys. Okay, guys, we're here over at the cable machine again too, because I do love to use cables when it comes to a lot of core moves. Not that it's necessary, you can use dumbbells, obviously, and other forms of resistance. But I really do love the cable exercise, especially for this move, because it works best with it. And it's the woodman chop, but I also like to do a brace hold with it for like 10 seconds, which is huge, because in that way, we're able to train the core, the body, in an anti-rotational stop, move, break, brace type movement, which is similar to the Farmer's carry when you're preventing your side from going down while you're holding a heavy weight and you're walking. But in this case, it's actually a lateral resistance pull, working that transverse plane rather than it be sagittal up and down. So I really appreciate what this does for the body, as well as mixing it up with a rotational pull against weight, which is huge for that core and that movement too, right? So I put some weight on here. It's not too heavy, but it's enough to challenge. It's about 23 pounds. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 10 10 woodman chops from right to left. I'm going to stop about 3/4 of the way in, so I'm still resisting. But at the very last 10th one, I'm gonna do 3 10-second brace holds, okay? I usually use a stop timer, but I don't have one on me right now except for my phone, so I'm just gonna do it in my head. So we're gonna do 10 rotations. Okay, and you've seen me do this a lot. And I'm generating the power through my right inside heel, pushing through my hip, and swinging out through the core. 4, as if, almost like if you had a bat. 5, gotta remember to stop here. 6, so I'm still fighting that pull. 7, never letting the weight rest. 8, I'm squeezing my biceps against my chest. 9, to minimize arm or shoulder involvement. 10, and then stop right here. 1001, 1002, 1004, 1005, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. That's 1 rep. I'm gonna do 2 more. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. That's 2 reps, and I'm resisting the pull all with my inside right side. I'm grabbing the handle with my inside right arm, and I'm wrapping my outside left on top of that 3rd rep, and I'm locking out. In an exercise like this, 1001, 1003, 1004, 1006, 1007, 1010. It's more challenging, I find, if you're able to get the point of resistance farther away from the core. It challenges the core more. I'm gonna unfortunately show my back to you, but I have to. So again, inside arm focus is gonna be on this side when I brace, but all through the body when I do my woodman chops. So from here, I'm gonna always come back to 3/4, never all the way in so that it's not resting. And then I'm going to squeeze my biceps around my chest so I minimize involvement of my arms and shoulders. And then I'm gonna generate the power from my left heel through a balanced foot, through my hip, and swing out as if you're swinging a bat. 8, 9, 10, okay. 1001, 1003, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1009, 1010. 1001, 1002, 1004, 1005, 6, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. 1001, 1002, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1008, 1009, 1010. Ah, good. So now my whole left side is lit up even down to the glutes because I'm squeezing through and I'm preventing that pull. It really is an amazing exercise, and it's so simple to set up. And actually you'll find that it's actually simple to execute and flow through. Is it challenging? Sure, depending on the weight that you use, the angles that you take. But it's one of those exercises that you just feel good when you're done. Your body feels like it's been worked. Your core feels like it's been stressed, but in a great way. You're creating mobility with the movement. So your back is opening up, your QLs, your hips. So it's an awesome, awesome exercise. So I'm gonna raise the weight for the second set so that we're progressively overloading. So I'm gonna now go from 23 to 27 pounds. And normally I would go down in reps, like 8, but I'm gonna go for 10. So we're gonna progressively overload by going a little bit more reps. And then we're still gonna hold the 3 for 10 seconds. I'm gonna just go ahead and speed through this part so that we can kind of get to the other side. I don't know if I can do that. We'll see if I can do it in editing. I don't know, I'm not an editor, but we'll see. Here we go. Okay. 1, 10, 9. I'm trying not to lean to my right. 8, 7, 6. So I'm bracing myself on my left balanced foot. 4, 3. Maximize that rotation, Scott. 2, 1, and hold. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 10. Maybe we won't rush through that editing. That's a good one for you to see. That hold is 1001, 1002, 1003, 4, 1005, 1006, 1008, 1009, 1010. Okay, one more, last one. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 7, 1008, 1009, 1010. Good. Okay, other side. So this side right here is worked, not just from this lateral rotation, anti-rotation pull exercise of the woodman chops and then the brace, but also from a sagittal up and down resistance with the walking. It's good stuff. Okay, here we go. Okay, and going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I forgot to stop. 1002, 1003, 1005, 1006, 1008, 1009, 1010. I think I'm going to have to start making sure I wake up a little earlier and eat something to make sure my morning workouts are fueled perfectly. One 1001, 1002, 1003, 1005, 1006, 1008, 1009, 1010. Good. Okay. Okay, so one last set, third set, and then I'm done for the day. I only did 3 different exercises for today's for full body day today. I purposely didn't go into any type of leg exercises for full body today for a couple reasons. One, I wanted to show you my top 3 core exercises for men over 50. 2, I also wanted to make sure that I didn't continue to stress out my right knee. I mentioned a couple of maybe the last video or the one before that the back of my right knee has been feeling so tender since my last leg workout on last week, Thursday, that every time I get into a squat, it feels like it's gonna give, so I have to lean to my left. And I think it was because I went even more heavier on my hamstring pulls. I went really heavy on that on the last leg exercise, and I supersetted that with the banded box squats, and then went into a very deep knee stretch here for the leg press. I think all of those things together really caused the back of my right knee to just get tender. And it's not like it's painful when I walk, but if I get into that squat and I go down too low where my hips or my glutes are almost parallel, the back feels like it's gonna give. So I gotta lean to the left and kind of adjust, because I always go down to a squat when I'm working with clients on the floor. So it's just something I'm being careful of. It feels a hell of a lot better today. I just don't wanna push it anymore. So on Thursday, 2 days from now when I do my strength to leg day, I'm gonna take a look at it, see how it feels. If it's good to go, I'm good to go, we'll do legs. If not, I'll push legs to Saturday and I'll do something else. Okay, last set, starting on here, opposite side. Progressive overload. I'm gonna go up one more time. So I'm gonna go from 27, and we're gonna make a big jump. I'm gonna go 27 to 33. This is gonna hurt. So I'm gonna go for 8 reps and 3 reps of 10-second brace holds. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's heavy. 8. I'm trying not to lean to my left. 7. So I'm trying to place more of my balance. 6 on my right base leg. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Okay. I'm gonna need to take a quick break before I go into my brace. Pull the chest. Stack ribs. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1006, 1007, 1009, 1010. Oh, that felt good. Painful. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1000, 1010. Hey, how's it going? Kiori just came in. Clients are coming. Winter's coming. 1001, 1002, 3, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1008, 1009, 1010. Oh, good. All lit up. All lit up. Okay, so I'm gonna do the back one really quick, and then we'll get going. Here we go. But I wanna show you some stuff of things that I'm packing. Maybe not today, I'll show it to you on the next day. I was gonna show you my lunchbox and what I'm packing for like lunch and everything. Here we go. And, 8, 7, 6. Oh, it's very hard not to lean right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Okay, brace. Pull the chest. Stack ribs. 1001, 1002, 3, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 8, 1009, 1010. One down, 2 to go. And 1001, 1002, 3, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 9, 1010. Hey, Alex, how's it going, brother? No, don't even worry about it. Just filming my workout. Here we go. Last one. 1001, 1002, 1003, 4, 1005, 1006, 1008, 1009, 1010. Okay, so that's it, guys. That was my last exercise of my 3 favorite core moves for men over 50. We have the push-pull exercise that we did on the first one. We have the farmer's walk, which is incredibly, incredibly beneficial for so many reasons, like I mentioned, for grip strength, for moving, bracing, securing balance. And then we have the woodman chops with a brace, which helps to challenge that body, again, on a transverse, laterally movement plane. So it's incredible. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna try to make my videos shorter, but still packed with all the information that I'm going on with and how I'm changing things up. On the next one, I'm gonna show you what I put in my lunchbox every day and give you a chance to see on how simple I'm able to pack things, keep things under costing too much, keep it cost effective, and then, how I'm eating. All right, take care, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. It really helps me keep myself accountable on this journey to drop the weight and to get back in shape. I'll see you guys later. Take care.